Hi there, this is my final project for my microprocessors class, and I've designed a circuit which uses this keypad matrix to trigger interrupt signals on my Nucleo board, and then these interrupt signals on the Nucleo board can be used to determine voltage or a signal sent to this RGB LED, and I use two different types of signals to this LED, both pulse width modulation as well as timers to do some pretty cool things, which I'll show you. So on this paper I've got like a layout of what each keypad does. So number 1 is my red light, number 2 is my green light, and number 3 is my blue light, the basic colors of the RGB. Then I have some presets. So 4 is a red and green mixture, giving us a yellow light. 5 is a green and blue mixture, giving us kind of a cyan color. 6 is a blue-red light, which gives us kind of a magenta color. And then I've also got these buttons on the second to the last row, 7, 8, and 9, which are modes. So for example, 7 is red mode, 8 is green mode, and 9 is blue mode. So if I were to select green, I can then be in green mode, and then using the asterisk as a dimmer and the pound symbol as a brightener, I can increase the amount of green in the light or decrease the amount of green. Likewise, I can change the mode to be in blue mode, and then if I decrease the blue, the remaining color is red, and if I increase the blue, then there becomes more red in the light. By default, the color mode is red, or I can alternatively change the color mode to red with the number 7, and then dim it, giving us the remaining blue. I have the D key set to be a clear, which will clear whatever colors are on the light at the time. And then I also have A, B, and C set to be kind of a brightening and then a dimming of a specific color. So A is a red, bright and dim. B is for green, bright and dim, and then C is for blue, bright and dim. And I can chain these together. So right now I have red flashing on and off. I can add the green to it, so it'll take turns going from red to green. And then I can also add to the chain blue to also be incorporated into that sequence. And then it'll return back to red, like that. If I clear it, it'll do one more cycle before it clears, and then it'll turn off. And then if I wanted to do something fancy, I could have my blue and green on at the same time, and then I can have red come in and out and do things like that. Or I can have one be on, let's go with blue, and then bring in red, get that magenta effect, really pretty. And then I'll show you my code a little bit. So here in the STM32 IDE, I've got my project. I set up the data pins that read from the keypad with these macros. I've got a few global variables that keep track of the value of the red intensity, the green intensity, and the blue intensity, as well as whether or not the color is being receiving the glow effect. Then I have a bunch of other things that are initialized through the STM32 project that come up whenever we build the project with the pin configuration that we have. But I do have this while loop that calls my glow functions, and I also wanted to show you these are the prototype functions that are used below. So if I scroll down into our user section for code for number 4, This is my glow function, which changes the duty cycle to give us that brightening and dimming effect. And then I have one of these set up for each color. And then here I have the interrupt for the keypad. So based on which key was pressed, it will go through a different routine to change the channel for the PWC or PWM, or do other things such as clearing or setting values or changing modes. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. So yeah.